Guten Morgen, guten Tag und guten Abend und willkommen bei INCRadio Northern Europe Satellite Studio.
Good morning, good evening, and good night. And welcome to INCRadio Northern Europe Satellite Studio. I am Tamara Mesa Pena.
And I am Angela Domingo, and we are broadcasting live from Vienna, Austria, and we will be your hosts for tonight.
Yes, so today it's Sunday, April 13, and it's currently 9:01 p.m. here in Austria or here in Europe. And in the Philippines, it's already April 14, Monday, and it's currently 3 a.m. Philippine time.
Yes,
So good morning there in the Philippines.
good,
For
very
those
early
knowledge.
morning to our viewers and listeners from the Philippines. Yes, let's jump right into our topic discussion. Tami,
Yes.
right?
What is our What is our topic?
We will talk about the benefits of playing a musical instrument. So we invited several brethren from our district who have a talent in playing musical instruments, and they will share their experiences, what inspired them to play those instruments, and we will, of course, discuss the benefits of playing those instruments.
Speaking of, do you play any instruments?
Yes, I play the piano and the guitar. How about you?
I also play the piano and the guitar. And yeah, but it's not about us. It's about our guests. So let's introduce them.
Yes, first up we have our guest from Vienna, West Austria. Hello, Yuri.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Yuri. I'm from the local congregation of Vienna West, district from Northern Europe, and I play the guitar, piano for about 5 years now, the clarinet for 3 years, and I started playing the drums a year ago. Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for joining us. Yes, I forgot to mention, besides introducing themselves, our guests will also mention what instruments they play and how long they've been playing them. Yes, who's our next guest, Tammy?
From Vienna Center, we have Jenny with us tonight. Hi, Jenny.
Hi everyone, I am Sister Jenny Hemedes from the local of Vienna Center, and I've been playing the organ for 8 years.
Oh, wow, that's such a long time. Yes, she was still very, very little at that time when she started. I can still remember, honestly. It's nice to have you here, Jenny. Next up, we have our guest from Oslo, Norway. Hello, Aaron.
Hello, thank you for having me. My name is Aaron from the local congregation of Oslo East, Norway, and I play the violin, and I've been playing it for about 20 years now.
Wow, that's a really long time. So you were also very young when you started to play the violin.
Had my first lesson when I was about 4 years old, I believe.
Wow. I believe it was a struggle to hold the violin at that time, wasn't it? Okay.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes. Next up, we have our guest from Bucharest, Romania. Hello, Regine.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. I am Rogine Loxin Cotin Unitolasco, and I'm currently living here in Brașov City, and I'm from the local congregation of Bucharest, Romania. I can play two types of string instrument, that is banduria and guitar. I started learning to play this instrument, specifically the banduria, when I was 8 years old. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Yes, I'm sure a lot of our viewers are interested or intrigued. What is a banduria?
A banduria is 14-string instrument, and it's like a pear shape. It's a small one, and usually that is used in a rondalia group, which played with a group of people, like a cultural or a folk dancings, things like that.
Wow, that's very interesting. So it's a cultural item in the Philippines, right?
Yes.
Mhm. We will find out more later about you and playing the banduria. We're very excited about that.
Yeah.
But last but not the least,
We have a guest from Sweden. Hi, Stefan. So,
Good evening, everyone. My name is Stefan INCRadio. I'm from the Group Worship Service of Borås, Sweden. Um, I play electric guitar, and I've been playing it for almost 36 years.
wow. That's also a very long time.
yes, yes, I'm sure you're quite the professional now.
Yeah. We do have so many string players here.
Yes, I noticed, and also some keyboard, piano, organists, right? Okay, so let's jump right in to our topic discussion. Let's start with Yuri. We would like to know if you were an instrument, what would you be and why?
Mm, I think I'd be a piano because it's a very beautiful instrument to connect with. Like it shows emotions, and I feel like you can express yourself, like your feelings, by playing it. Yeah.
Yes, that's true. Thank you for that answer. And we would also like to know who or what inspired you to learn the instruments that you play.
Mm, I had to say my family. Well, I grew up with like music, and it inspired me to learn and play many instruments and to sing. But for the guitar, I was inspired by a very special aunt, and yeah, I've been playing it.
I wonder who that is.
She knows who she is.
Yes, but I can relate to what you said because if in the family someone is like playing an instrument, for example, my father, he plays also the guitar, and so he supported me and my brother to learn it as well. So yeah, that's that.
Okay, thank you, Yuri. We'll come back to you later. Who do we want to ask next?
Let's stay in Austria. We will ask now Jenny if she would, if you were an instrument, what would you be and why?
For me, I would actually say that I'm an organ. For one, because I'm an organist in my local, but also for my personality, I believe it also suits me because as organ is a root word for organized, I try my best to be an organized and a structured person.
Yes, only I can only reassure or agree that Jenny is a very organized person, and she can also play very the organ.
Yes, me too.
Okay, and who or what inspired you to play the organ?
There have been a few inspirations actually. For one is a series I've watched, and also the organists in the worship service. Whenever I'd see the organists play the piano or the organ, I'd be intrigued and I wanted to learn more about it. So I decided to take up organ lessons by the organists in our local, and my parents actually supported me through it.
Yes, it's very important that for me, the parents, that they're supporting us in our talents. That's true.
I think it's also very notable to say that that the not older generations, but the ones who are older than us, they are able to inspire us, not just to want to learn how to play an instrument, but because in your case it was the organ. So in your case, it was also you were also inspired to accept the duty as organist. So I think that's very um, remarkable. Yes.
Well said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Jenny. We'll come back to you later. Now we would like to know from Aaron. If you were an instrument, what would you be and why?
So I would, of course, have to choose my instrument, the violin, mostly because it's an instrument I have spent a lot of time with. Growing up, it has kind of its own identity within me. So it's an instrument that I regard as important when it comes to my personality as well and how I like the instrument.
Yeah, so it kind of became like part of you since you were growing up with that instrument. Yeah. Yes. And who or what inspired you to play the violin?
So the one who actually started playing violin in my family was actually my own mom. So she started taking lessons when I was still a child, and then gradually it became my thing, and I also started playing the violin, and then continued on with it. My parents were the ones who always supported me when it came to playing the violin. So those who there were those who inspired me.
Ah, yes. I think what I noticed about that as the most is not only did your parents invest in you in learning the violin, but your mom also invested in herself to learn the violin first in order for you to be inspired even more to learn the instrument. So yeah, that's very nice. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah. Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you. We'll come back to you later. Um, Now let's go to Bucharest with Regine. So, what instrument would you be and why?
If I were an instrument, I'd be a bandurria, since that's the instrument I played when I was in grade two, as I became a member of our rondalia group back then. It is not most well-known instrument, but that is the kind of what I like about. It is small but powerful. Its sounds is bright, fast, and very lively. I feel like that really fits on my personality. I might not be the loudest in the room, but I bring energy, rhythm, and a little bit of style when I'm around. So yeah, I would be a bandurria. It's unique, underrated, but full of character and always ready.
Yeah, you're kind of showing that character or personality,
Yes,
which I really like.
it's obvious that you identify with it.
Yeah.
Very proud.
Thank you.
Who or what inspired you to play the bandurria?
I was inspired to learn the string instrument because of how life was in our village or a rural community in Negros Island in the Philippines. Growing up on that kind of situation, we didn't have much in terms of entertainment. We don't have internet. Sometimes we even no electricity, or we are calling it brownout. But we had music at night. Since our house is close to the church, some of the brethren would gather outside, and someone would bring string instrument, mostly it's a guitar, and we'd all start singing. Also, there are times that we do serenades, or we call it harana, for the brethren that is celebrating their birthday. And that kind of moment, it is really simple, heartfelt, and full of connection, and that made a big impact on me, inspiring me to be like them, to love the music and to love to learn how to play an instrument. So that is why I took the opportunity also to join the group in our school before, to learn string instrument. So that's inspired me. That's my inspiration. My my life before.
What inspired you to want to learn that?
Yeah.
That really sounds very inspiring, and we also got a little glimpse of life in the Philippines in the province. So we heard that it's a big part of our culture, the Filipino culture, playing instruments, singing perhaps, or folk dancing. Yes, it's very lively. So you get to appreciate the simple things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
true.
Thank you, Regine, for
Thank
that.
you.
We'll come back to you later. Last but not least, we would like to know from Stefan, if you were an instrument, what would you be and why?
I think I would be acoustic guitar because it reflects on um, how I am and what good I can be.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's the
Mhm. Yes.
yeah.
An acoustic guitar can be played in different kinds of ways, right?
Mhm.
You can pluck it, you can strum it. So I believe what you're trying to tell us is that you also have you are also
You can put your
multiple.
feelings
Yes.
into how you're playing the instrument. Actually, any kind of instrument. Yeah.
Yes.
But the acoustic guitar is also, special.
Hmm.
Yeah. And
Thank you.
yeah, who or what inspired you to learn the guitar?
Um, there were like two major persons in my life that inspired me to start playing. One of them was my teacher, music teacher. Uh, he, he inspired me the most, actually. And other ones are from different groups, um, with big names, guitarists that I was inspired from. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and
Okay. So thank you, Stefan. I think a lot of people can relate to when you watch back then when you watched rock bands on TV back then that you get inspired by the person playing the guitar or by the person playing the drums or the on the keyboard. You get inspired like, oh, I want to play that instrument too, right? So I believe that's what's happened to Stefan. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that, Stefan. We'll come back to you later. Now we want to go back to Yuri. Um, in your opinion, what are the benefits of learning the instruments that you play?
Well, to me, it's like a stress reliever because like it's calm to hear music or to play it, and also it's a beautiful hobby. You can jump back into it like after work or when you have time or after school. I definitely recommend learning an instrument. It's a nice hobby to have.
It's true that that kind of hobby is a real stress reliever, which I really agree. Because also what you said, because I'm like that. When I have time, I come back to playing the instruments that I can play or learn another songs and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I actually got to see Yuri grow into the instruments that she played. I'm not trying to get emotional right now, but yeah. So just a little background on Yuri. She went to music middle school and got the chance to learn to play several instruments: piano, guitar, clarinet, right? And I believe drums as well. So it's from somebody um, older than her in her family. It's really heartwarming to see her grow into the young lady that she is now.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can say the same about Jenny too.
Yes. Yeah, we'll get right to Jenny in
Yeah.
a bit.
So
Before that, we want to know from
yeah.
Yuri, what's one lesson playing an instrument has taught you about life, faith, or yourself?
Well, I've become more patient. It's it's also like very hard to learn an instrument, and if you make mistakes, you get impatient sometimes. But yeah, I've learned to express myself also through the instruments that I play, and I've learned um, it's used to worship God. It's very important as well.
Yes, that's very true. Um, about becoming patient while learning an instrument, because it's true. At times it gets frustrating, especially when you're a perfectionist and you want to get it right from the start. You need to learn. That's really something you need to learn, to be patient with yourself and to learn the instrument, to master it. Um, and yes, we you can also use it to express yourself. And what's most important, what you said, is that we use it in our services to our Almighty God. Those who play the piano or the organ use it in the worship service. Those who play the guitar or drums or other instruments, they can use it during our in concerts, right? Or to produce Christian music. So those talents are um, can be used for our worship to our Lord God. Yes. Thank you for that, Yuri. And now we go to
Jenny. So, what are the benefits, in your opinion, of learning the organ?
I'll add to what Yuri actually said, that it can be a hobby. I believe it is a productive and disciplinary hobby, because whenever I finish my daily practices for my duty, I know that I have done something productive for the day, and that always boosts my mood for the rest of the day to do a lot more things.
Yeah, it's true. It is kind of a productive hobby, as you say, and also I get what you mean, that you get that kind of boost that you've done or accomplished something, especially when it's for your duty. And yeah, you want to do more.
yes. Thank you, Jenny.
And what is one lesson that has taught you, no, the piano has taught you, or the organ, about life, faith, or yourself?
I can say that good things take time, because one doesn't become an expert in their field just overnight or in a day. Also, just not by practicing like lots of hours. Yeah, yeah, just lots of hours. It takes practice. It takes rest and all that. So it's important to be disciplined, to be consistent, and that may not just be in learning an instrument. It can also be in other daily activities like studying for exams or whatever else you want to achieve. And of course, it's also especially important to pray to God for guidance, because if our wishes are not against His will, then we can be assured that He will grant us our wishes.
Yes,
It's beautifully said,
Yeah.
Jenny. Thank you so much for that. Now we move on to Aaron. We would like to know, what do you think are the benefits of playing the instruments that you play?
So when it comes to the violin, it's a very versatile instrument, so it can be used for many different ensembles. And playing those ensembles is something I would say is very social. You'll be able to meet a lot of new people, meet a lot of fellow musicians, and also get to make new friends along the way. And me myself have been really blessed to have been allowed to be a part of the INC Symphony Orchestra, where I have met a lot of new brethren and made friends, and we've been allowed to travel to different countries and play concerts together.
Yes. Yes, thank you for that. So as we've heard, playing the violin has opened up Aaron the opportunity to become part of the INC Symphonic Orchestra, which not only gave him the chance to travel to different parts of the world, but also, as he said, to meet other brethren from all around the world. So yes, playing the violin has also helped in making new friends, right? Yes, I
And it's
think
also a um, a cool instrument, I think.
yes, I agree.
Very unique.
I
Yeah.
I would want to learn that too if given the opportunity.
Yeah, you're like the
Yeah.
first person I know who plays the violin.
It is still not too late.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's maybe we'll take it up.
Yeah, maybe.
Thank you
Okay,
for
thank
that.
you.
Now we would like to know what's one lesson playing the violin has taught you about life, or faith, or yourself.
So a really important lesson that I've learned when it comes to doing music in general, is that hard work is very necessary when I want to achieve something. So when it comes to doing music or school or church, even church duties, working hard and being diligent in your practices and always striving to improve and be prepared has been something that I have learned through by doing music. And when you do this combined with prayers, then I believe that you can always achieve everything that you want to do, as long as Jenny mentioned, it's not against the will of our Almighty God.
Yes, that's beautifully said. Hard work combined with prayer, you will be able to achieve anything. Yes, that's so beautifully said. Thank you,
Yeah,
Alan.
thank you so much.
Now we move on to Regine. What do you think are the benefits of playing the string instruments that you play?
Learning to play bandurria has a lot of great benefits. It helps improve focus and patience, and it's a great way to express creativity. It also connects to our culture and tradition as a Filipino, which I really appreciate. Plus, it's just fun to play and be part of musical groups or performances to entertain and to make people happy through music.
Oh,
Yes, I really like the part where you said it's a connection to our culture, because I feel like we could really appreciate that more. And I'm actually very intrigued, honestly. If only you would have one with you, I would like to listen to it. But yes, it's also very entertaining. And
Unfortunately,
yeah, and
Unfortunately, I don't have it. If I have here the bandurria, I would really love to show people because that's not that really well known.
yeah,
yeah. As you said, it's very unique. So it's also kind of very special since it's also connecting us to our roots.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, thank you. And also, what's one lesson that playing the bandurria or the string instruments that you play has taught you about life, faith, or yourself?
Playing an instrument has really taught me the value of simplicity and connection. Growing up in a remote place, music was one of the few things that brought people together, even without much else. It showed me that sometimes it's the small, simple moments that matter the most. Learning to play an instrument has reminded me that life isn't always having everything, but sometimes is about making the most of what you have and sharing that to with others.
Hmm. I like what you said, and I agree. Sometimes life is about the simple things, the little things, and sharing it with others. And music or playing an instrument really does connect us. And the fact that you were able to share that with your family or with your fellow men there is really a beautiful thing. Yes. Thank you, Regine. Now we will move on to last but not the least, Stefan. Yes, could you please tell us what do you think are the benefits of playing the guitar?
There is a few benefits. You can use it as a therapeutic instrument. Get all your anger, get all the anger out. If you're sad, you can play it out in the instrument just to feel better. Um, Also, memory muscles. It's a very useful way and fingers and joints to be active. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Like as you said, therapeutic purposes. like letting your anger out, or as we said before, you can express your feelings through playing the instrument. And also, what I like what you said, that it's also a good exercise for the fingers and the joints. If you play the instrument very frequent,
Very
then
often.
yeah, very often, then you train your fingers, and maybe you will not have that much cramps when growing, when getting older.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for pointing that out, Stefan. Now we would like to know, what is one lesson that playing the guitar has taught you about life, faith, or even yourself?
Um, I think one lesson that it has taught me, never give up. How hard it can be, just keep on going. It's just like life, really.
Yes,
It's true.
that's basically it. Actually, to just not give up, right? Nothing in life that is worth having comes easily, right?
It's true.
So even when it comes to something like learning an instrument, you need to be really patient with yourself, patient with the instrument that you're playing in order to master it. Yes. Thank you for your input, Stefan. Now we go to our last round with our guests, which is
Shout out round.
yes. Let's start with Yuri. What are your shout outs?
Okay, so I'd like to shout out my parents, my aunts and uncles, and you, Ate Ella. Uh, my sister, my best friend, my grandparents, my family in the Philippines, and my cousin there who had his birthday a few days ago. Thank you for having me.
Yes,
for
thank you for
joining
joining us.
And happy birthday.
Happy birthday in advance.
Oh,
What about your shout outs?
I would also like to shout out my family here in Austria and in the Philippines, the Casano family, the Hernandez family. I want to shout out all the panelists tonight, to also to our hosts. I want to shout out the local of Vienna Center. And I also want to shout out my mentor who taught me the organ, Sister Katrina Gell. And also shout out to all the viewers who are joining tonight. Thank you for having me.
Yes. Thank you
Thank
for
you also
joining
for
us.
joining.
Aaron, what are your shout outs?
So my shout outs goes out to all my friends and family here in Oslo, Norway, and also a special shout out to all my friends in the INC Symphony Orchestra. I hope to see them all really soon.
Yes. Thank you,
Thank
Aaron.
you.
Next up, Regine, what are your shout outs?
Um, Shout out po to Brother James Bautista and to his family, Joyce Locsin Hambunganan, Maverick Magallanes from the local of Silay City, to my nanay and my tatay in the Philippines. They're watching right now, even though it's really early in the morning there. And to all the brethren here in Bucharest, especially the three sister or debutant sisters. Hello, Kakarem. That's all po. Thank you. And hello po pala to my husband. He is watching also.
Yes, shout out to Mr. Coutinho. Yes, thank you, Regine. And last but not least, Stefan, what are your shout outs?
My shout out goes to, of course, my wife and my daughter, to all the brethren here in Borås, to our overseeing minister, Brother Alexander Batulan, and and to our district minister, Brother Visar Balsita.
Thank you, Stefan. And before we move on to our next segment, I would like to thank all of our guests for your wonderful inputs for this topic discussion. We received some messages, and I would like to read one from Brian Pastrana from Brno. He said, nag-umpisa ng hindi pa nakatugtog, napagtiwalaan. Hindi pa nagtuturo talaga pero napagtiwalaan. Hindi pa nagko-conduct pero napagtiwalaan. At hindi composer pero napagtiwalaan. It's almost like a poem, honestly.
Yeah.
It was so beautiful. And for those who don't speak or understand Filipino, he said, in the beginning, he didn't really know how to play the organ, but he was entrusted to it, and he didn't know how to teach yet, but he was entrusted to it. He didn't know how to conduct or to compose, but he was conducted. He was entrusted all of those tasks by our Almighty God. So I believe what he was trying to say by that is, even if you yourself think you're not able to do it, with prayer comes that might, that strength to overcome that. And in that case was to play the organ, and for him also to be able to conduct a choral group and to compose INC original songs. Yes. Speaking of INC original songs, that will take us to our next segment. We will now watch a Christian music video, a cover by the CWS Choir in Vienna, Austria, entitled Bitte sag nicht nein. Let's watch.
Please enjoy.
Ich möchte dich was fragen, nimm diese Chance an. Ich möchte dich was fragen, bitte mach deine Gedanken frei. Ich möchte dir was sagen, ich weiß, du wirst mich hören, yeah. Ich möchte dir was sagen, ich weiß, du willst mich folgen. Oh. Dein Weg wird klar, wenn Sonne lernen dich will. Öffne dein Herz und Verstand, so sag bitte nicht. Bitte sag nicht nein, komm bitte mit mir, nimm meine Einladung bitte an. Nur seine wahren Diener werden erlöst. Die Tage sind gezählt, sag nicht nein. Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
Ich möchte mit dir teilen den Glauben, den ich liebe. Oh.
Ich möchte dies teilen, ich will, dass du erlöst wirst. Oh, dein Weg wird klar, wird seine Lehre dich führt. Öffne dein Herz und Verstand.
So sag bitte nicht, bitte sag nicht nein, komm bitte mit mir, nimm meine Einladung bitte an, nur seine wahren Diener werden erlöst, die Tage sind gezählt.
Die Zeit läuft ab, komm nicht zu spät. Oh, nimm meine Hand, komm und werd ein Kirche Christi heut Nacht.
Bitte sag nicht nein, komm bitte mit mir. Nimm meine Einladung bitte an. Nur seine wahren Diener werden erlöst. Die Tage sind gezählt. Bitte sag nicht nein, komm bitte mit mir. Nimm meine Einladung bitte an. Nur seine wahren Diener werden erlöst. Die Tage sind gezählt. Sag nicht nein.
Welcome back to INCRadio Northern Europe Satellite Studio. We hope you enjoyed.
Yeah, we saw
our
some
satellite
familiar
place.
faces.
Yes, we meant Yuri
And Jenny.
and Jenny. Yes, shout out to all the CWS choir members from Vienna, Austria, for this production. Before we move on to our next segment, I would like to share another message that we received from Atujian. She said that Jesse Alexi Tanskanen from Banta GWS said, I play the guitar. My friend inspired me to start playing. Watching them play made me want to learn too. Hi to my mama, Imelda Tabinia. Yes, thank you, Jessie.
Thank you.
Okay, now moving on to our next segment, which is CFO in Action, where we talk about several activities that have been held in our district. Let's jump right in, me, right?
Okay.
Which one do we want to start with?
We will start with the Binhi Kasugo Drive. For those who don't know, Binhi is an organization inside the Church of Christ who are brethren from 12 years and above, 12 to 18 years. Yeah. And so, in unity with the intensified work of propagation in the Church of Christ, young members of the Binhi organization in the District of Northern Europe united in a Pasugo distribution activity, sharing copies of the Pasugo, God's Message magazine, in their respective cities. Through this meaningful endeavor, they not only had the opportunity to strengthen their bond with one another, but also to actively take part in sharing their faith. With renewed enthusiasm, they expressed their commitment to continue participating in the church's mission of spreading the good news. Here you can also see some pictures of the young brethren in our district distributing those Pasugos or God's Message magazine.
Yes, it's very important to start to start doing that at a very young age,
Yeah,
so that
sharing our
it
faith.
can become a habit, right? So that until you grow up, you still do that. Thank you, Tammy. For our next activity, we had a CFO script writing seminar. Booklod members, or also married couples in our district, participated in a script writing seminar. This activity was conducted via online conferencing. The activity was graciously led by Sister Selina Bolander, a fellow Booklod member. The seminar highlighted essential elements of script writing, including plot structure, character development, and the art of crafting dialogue. More than just learning a new skill, the brethren saw this as an opportunity to further equip themselves for use in various visual media projects being launched under the guidance of the church administration. The activity not only inspired creativity, but also deepened their desire to contribute to the works of the church. Yes, because Selena from Hiltebrook is mentioned, shout out. I remember her as a writer from several of our projects in cinema. So we hope that this seminar has helped other brethren to also want to write for our upcoming projects.
Yeah, that's true. And shout out to Ate Selena.
Shout out.
And the next activity that was held in our district is the Christian Family Organization's Internet Safety Seminar. So the local congregation of Stockholm, together with the group worship services of Alpoga, Skamstul, and Nina Sham, organized an internet safety seminar aimed at promoting awareness of safe online practices. As technology continues to advance rapidly, it becomes all the more important to understand how to navigate the digital world responsibly and securely. Through this activity, the brethren were able to learn valuable information about cybersecurity, privacy protection, safe browsing habits, and also how to identify online scams and malware. The seminar also addressed the importance of online ethics, encouraging respectful interactions, and reminding everyone of the need to uphold Christian values at all times, including in the digital space.
Yes, to summarize it in one sentence, we are Christians even online.
Online, yeah.
Right. Okay, and for our next activity, there was a photography and videography seminar. Brethren from the District of Northern Europe recently took part in a photography and videography seminar held via video conferencing. The activity was led by Brother Neil Cuestas, a dedicated district multimedia officer and a passionate photography and videography enthusiast. The activity provided a valuable opportunity for participants to learn new skills and deepen their knowledge in the fields of photography and videography. Many expressed their gratitude for such initiatives, which not only enhance their technical abilities but also strengthen their involvement in the church activities. Yes, that's very true because we use these skills also in documenting
Yeah, that's true.
our activities. So that's really a big help, especially for us district multimedia
Mhm.
officers.
Yes, and also shout out to Brother Neil Cuestas.
Yes.
Okay, so we still have one activity, which is the Helsinki Children's Worship Service coloring activity. So the children's worship service members in the local congregation of Helsinki, Finland, actively participated in the coloring activity. During the activity, the members were given a black and white printed coloring sheet from the INC kids, and the members were thrilled to hold different crayons and other materials of their choice to put color in their artwork. This activity brought joy and excitement to the CWS members. Their bond was once again strengthened and edified their faith.
Yes, you can see how much they enjoyed. Even though coloring is usually for children,
Yeah.
but even I, as an adult, honestly,
Yeah, I
still
want to
enjoy
color
coloring.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because artwork is something being artistic is also creative and
Yes. It's also very therapeutic when you fill in
yeah,
your coloring book.
that's true.
Yes, so a little bit about us. Yes, before we end, we would like to greet all the birthday celebrants in our district. Would you like to start, Tammy?
I will say the birthday greetings of members in Vienna Center and also the group worship service of Steyr. So in Vienna Center, we have Renelyn Rio, Roxanne de Mogma, and also Brother Marquis Villaruel. And in Steyr, we have Diana Metzinger and Iron Metzinger. So happy birthday to you.
Yes. And in Budapest, we have Arsa Alcantara, Gabriel Alexandre de Torres, Marlon Samia. And in Vienna West, we have Virginia Valenzuela, Renato Alimbuyugen, Gemma Ballesteros, Kim Yuri Vale Gieb, Mark Muega, Herminio Muega, Cristina Muega, Hipolito Gabriel, which of whom are family members of mine. And in Zagreb, we have Andy Della Piesa, Eugene Alberto, Randy Ailera, Carlo Antonio Cavero, Mark Joseph Dahu. And one last person in Lund, GWS, David Balle. Happy birthday to all the birthday celebrants. Yes.
Thank you.
Could we ask Kuya Tek to play the birthday song?
Happy, happy birthday to you. Maligayang pati sa'yo. Happy, happy birthday to you. Maligayang pati sa'yo. Happy birthday po!
Happy birthday! Happy birthday to all the birthday celebrants in April. Yes. So sadly, our program, our broadcast has come to an end, right?
Yes. Okay, so we would like to once again thank our guests and also to our viewers and listeners for tuning into INCRadio. Also, thank you to the tech team in the Philippines. Also, we would like to thank our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, for having INCRadio programs such as this. Also, thank you to Brother Angelo Eranio Manalo, our CEBSI President and CEO and Christian Family Organizations Coordinator.
Yes, thank you also to Brother Montreville Boy, our INC Media Production Section Chief, Brother Wally Taray, our INC Radio Subsection Chief, to Brother Lizar Balsita, our District Supervising Minister, and Brother Oliver Nugget, our District CFO Overseer. Yes, and now to our personal shout out. Yes, I would like to greet all my family and friends who are watching right now, all the brethren in Austria, especially our respective resident ministers and ministerial workers, Brother Danilo Kaalim and his wife, Sister Laura Kaalim, Brother Pierre Giorgio Losanes, and Brother Marl Keith Villaruel, and also special shout out to my relatives who are celebrating their birthday this month. Kim Yuri Bergyev, again, Kuya Mark Christian Muega, Tito Herminio Muega, Tante Bay, Christina Muega, and last but not the least, my father, Hipolito Gabriel. Yes.
Okay, I want to greet my family and friends here in Austria and also in the Philippines, also the local congregations of Vienna Center and Vienna West, and also the Steyr Group Worship Service, and also our respective resident ministerial workers and resident minister, Brother Mark Keith Villaruel, and also to Sister Corinne Madriada, also to Brother Pierre Giorgio Lozanes, and also to Brother Danilo Kaalim and his wife, Sister Laura Kaalim.
Yes. So that was it for our program. Thank you so much for watching. You can catch us every Sunday at 9 p.m. Central European Summer Time and 3 a.m. Philippine time. And next up is Ito Ang Payo.
Thank you. See you next time.
See you next week.
In the Bible it was proclaimed it would be hard to be a Christian in these last days. So we gotta be ready to fight the good fight. Yeah. We have been taught from the beginning. This is no time to be lax or be sleeping. Let nothing change our faith.